Hi everybody, I wanted to chat to you a wee bit today about immunity. Somebody had asked me to actually chat about this, so it's quite a good one because it's not something that we cover very, very often, all right? So I wanted to talk a wee bit about why are we feeling more susceptible to certain viruses and bacteria and stuff at the moment, or why are they lasting so long? Why is it maybe one thing after the other? And we need to remember that a few winters we've had where we've been a bit more isolated from people, children not being at school and not being around as many people. Even when they were at school, they were restricted to a certain number of people. So they're picking up things that are then transitioning back home as well. So when you've had those couple of years that you've not had that contact, you've not been out and about and as many Christmas nights out and stuff like that, then when we start to do that, we definitely feel that we are exposed much more to different bacteria, different viruses, and that has a knock-on effect to us as well. So because we had a couple of winters where we were much more isolated and not in that situation, we were washing our hands more, we were covering our noses, covering our mouths, so then you're not prone to picking up these things and building up that immunity to them. So when we do finally get them, we're not very immune to them. It hits us a bit harder. It takes a bit longer for us to work through it, or it leads maybe onto something else and something else, and the whole household starts to get it as well. Okay, so that's maybe one of the reasons that we're picking up these things. Now, if we think about your immune system, and somebody had said to me about boosting your immune system, but actually, how you boost your immune system is really by exposing yourself to these things. We don't necessarily want to take things to boost our immune system, because then your immune system is going to be hypersensitive to things. So any bacteria, any virus, anything like that that we come across, we're going to have a response to it, okay? And that's what we don't want. What we need to do is support our immune system so that it's got the functions there to help fight off infections and stuff, all right? So one of the things we want to think about is vitamin C. So that helps kill off bacteria. It helps to promote our immune response as well. We don't necessarily have to take a supplement for vitamin C. If you don't eat fruits or vegetables, then I would say take a vitamin C supplement. But if you already take fruits and vegetables, when you take in so much vitamin C, you're just going to pee it out basically. So there's not necessarily a need for you taking in more of it, okay? The other one that's important is vitamin D. That also has an effect on the immune system, and we are advised to take that through the winter time anyway, because the best source of vitamin D is sunlight exposure. But with our daylight hours being much less in winter time, and also maybe not as sunny as well, we're still maybe getting our face exposed, but you're not exposing more of your body to it because you're still wrapping up because it's sunny but it's cold. So vitamin D supplement is highly recommended during winter months, and I would definitely take that to help with your immune system as well. Something like zinc can also help, but that is present in meats, it's present in dairy products, you get it in like nuts and seeds and beans and stuff like that as well. So if you do have quite a varied diet, you probably don't have to take zinc. But if you do feel that you are quite run down with things, it's like one thing leading into the next, maybe a zinc supplement would be beneficial. Okay, the last thing that's really helpful for this is your gut bacteria. Not necessarily that you want to take probiotic supplements, because that is a gut bacteria supplement. We want to think about nourishing and giving our gut bacteria lots of diversity in our diet, lots of fiber, because that's what your natural gut bacteria have. That's what they're going to feed upon. So if you're feeding them well, then they're going to multiply even more. And we want to make sure we're having a good gut bacteria. So things like, if you've had a course of antibiotics, that will have an effect, negative effect on those gut bacteria. So maybe taking a probiotic supplement at that point, and depending on how long your antibiotics last, maybe 1 or 2 weeks afterwards, to help rebuild that gut bacteria can be beneficial. These supplements are quite expensive and they're not necessarily vital, so you don't really have to take them just when you're in certain situations. Maybe around, if you have IBS, then they can be beneficial, or if there's times that your immune system is compromised, like if you've got colds, flus, or if you have been taking antibiotics, that will have an effect. But ways to support your gut bacteria are by eating lots of fiber, fruits, vegetables, and like whole grains, wholemeal bread, stuff like that as well. Also, any fermented foods that that you incorporate would be maybe kombucha, kefir, kimchi, pistachios are also good. So different types of fermented foods, and trying to have maybe one of them a day, or maybe 3 to 4 per week if you add them into your diet. All right, so that's our little chat on immune system. Let me know if that's helpful. I would love to hear from you if you find any of these chats helpful, so that I know that we're on the right path. And anything that you'd like me to cover, just let me know as well. All right, have a fab day. Bye.